What happens when the place meant to save lives starts treating people like customers instead of human beings? Every day, millions of people walk into hospitals searching for hope, relief, and care. But for many, that hope is quickly replaced by anxiety, not only about illness, but about whether they can afford to survive. In a world where healthcare has become one of the biggest industries on earth, an uncomfortable question continues to grow louder. Is healthcare still a service to humanity? Or has it become just another business? Healthcare was never supposed to be about wealth, status, or profit. Its purpose was simple: to protect life. For generations, medicine was built on compassion, trust, and responsibility. Doctors were seen not as salespeople, but as healers. Hospitals were places people turned to in moments of fear, vulnerability, and desperation. The idea was never that only the rich deserved treatment. It was that every human life carried value. At its best, healthcare represented humanity at its most compassionate. Strangers dedicating their lives to easing pain, preventing suffering, and giving people another chance to live. But over time, something changed. As healthcare systems expanded, money became deeply tied to medicine. Hospitals became corporations. Insurance companies became gatekeepers. Pharmaceutical companies grew into global empires. Slowly, the language of care was replaced with the language of business: revenue, targets, efficiency, market growth, and profit margins. Patients became statistics, treatment became a transaction, and health became an industry worth trillions of dollars. In many places today, the quality of care a person receives is often influenced not only by their medical condition, but by what they can afford. For millions of families, getting sick now carries a second burden: financial fear. A single diagnosis can destroy years of savings. One emergency room visit can leave people drowning in debt. Families are forced to choose between medicine and food, treatment and rent, survival and stability. Some patients spend years paying off medical bills long after their bodies have healed. Others never recover financially at all. Illness has become more than a health crisis. For many, it has become an economic one. Because healthcare is expensive, many people wait until their condition becomes unbearable before seeking help. Symptoms are ignored, checkups are postponed, prescriptions are skipped. Preventable diseases become deadly simply because treatment came too late. People learn to live with pain because they fear the bill more than the illness itself. And in the silence of those delayed decisions, countless lives are quietly lost. Not because medicine failed, but because access to it was out of reach. Even the people inside the system are struggling. Doctors, nurses, and healthcare workers enter medicine to help others. They dedicate years of their lives learning how to heal, comfort, and save people. Yet many now work in environments defined by exhaustion, understaffing, endless paperwork, and overwhelming pressure. Instead of spending time with patients, they are often forced to focus on administrative demands, insurance approvals, and productivity targets. Burnout spreads across hospitals and clinics worldwide, leaving many healthcare workers emotionally drained and questioning the system they once believed in. Modern medicine has achieved incredible breakthroughs. Diseases once considered fatal can now be treated. Lives are saved every single day because of scientific innovation. But when life-saving drugs become billion-dollar products, difficult questions emerge. Why are essential medicines unaffordable for so many people? Why do some treatments exist, but remain inaccessible to those who need them most? The business of medicine creates a painful contradiction. The power to save lives exists, yet survival can still depend on financial status. And for many people around the world, the price of treatment becomes the price of hope itself. And yet, despite all of this, humanity still survives within healthcare. Behind every system are real people who continue to care deeply about others, nurses who stay beyond their shifts, doctors who comfort frightened families, volunteers who serve communities with limited resources. In overcrowded hospitals and underfunded clinics, compassion continues to exist. Because healthcare is not only about machines, prescriptions, or procedures, at its core, it is about human connection. About reminding people that they are not alone in their suffering. Healthcare is more than an industry. It is dignity. It is trust. It is the belief that human life should matter regardless of income, background, or social status. A society reveals its values through the way it treats its most vulnerable people, the sick, the elderly, the struggling, and the poor. So the real question is not whether healthcare should make money. The real question is, when profit becomes more important than people, who gets left behind? Around the world, millions continue fighting not only against illness, but against systems that make care difficult to reach. And while medicine continues advancing, technology improving, and industries growing richer, one truth remains unchanged. Healthcare was never meant to be only a business. It was meant to be an act of humanity. Because in the end, the value of a healthcare system should not be measured only by profit, but by how many lives it protects, how many people it reaches, and how much compassion it refuses to lose.